Hi, welcome into my channel. Firestorm Shan here. I'm here to do an energy check-in for today. Yesterday I said we had a new moon in Sagittarius, and we kind of do, but we kind of don't. The new moon officially starts, I believe, overnight tonight or tomorrow, and it's moving into Capricorn. So the moon was in Sagittarius, yes, and the new moon energies were there, which is, action, adventure, things like that I talked about. But I just wanted to redo another collective reading with the energies looking at Capricorn new moon, which is about getting grounded, being practical. We have stellium of planets in Capricorn right now. It's amazing with the new moon being in there. You've got the sun moving out of Capricorn into Aquarius all at this time, and the sun is very much amplifying these planets that are moving in to Aquarius, and that would be Mars, Mercury, Venus, Pluto, my goodness, and it's all in this active house of a very social house of your friends groups and all that kind of thing. All right, so think social, think big, think about those things being impacted. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and do some tarot. We'll just do a Celtic cross real quick and see what messages want to come forward. If you need to book a personal reading with me, the information is in the description box below. Some of us could be moving on from a heartbreak. I have Cancer energy here showing up on the board. All right, thank you, Cancerians, for showing up today. I have a life path 7, which is very Cancerian, but I also have my Venus in Cancer, so I love like a Cancerian. I understand a mother's love. I understand of having great willpower, of being able to control the reins on the good and the bad. And but it is an energy with the yellow here of someone coming out of some sort of heartbreak this weekend or today. So this is good news. Today is January the 17th, 2026. And we talked about this was going to be an angel number 1. So this is healing our own individual hearts, our own identity. If you've been going through anything like that, you're moving on from it. That's what's helping you. Getting control of the reins. Okay? It's a very controlling energy. It's a card of success. You can do this. Okay? You can move on from the heartbreak. It's a heartache, nothing but a heartbreak. Hits you when it's too late. Hits you when you're down. Bonnie Tyler. I channel songs. I read in numerology, astrology, tarot, and astrology and numerology and tarot, and oracles. I channel as well. Songs. All right, the Two of Swords just came out. All right, this is saying that you've been at an impasse for a while, and it's time to make some sort of choice or decision. Okay, this isn't the foundation, the driving part of the reading. So you've got the Two of Swords and the Three of Swords, okay? So it comes to choice. And her eyes are blindfolded, so she doesn't really want to make a choice. She doesn't want to see it. She doesn't want to believe it. She just rather be at an impasse and cross her arms and not deal with it. But Chariot energy is very controlling, and it's definitely dealing with things. But someone's making a choice to go ahead and deal with it today, aren't we? What's in your headspace? 8 of Pentacles is in the headspace here. This would indicate someone who was focused on their work, keeping themselves distracted so they don't deal with the heartbreak or the heartache. It's easier just to focus on what you're building, what you're creating, and that's beautiful. I love it. That's what I do. I sink myself into work. All right, we have a Queen of Swords showing up here. All right, this is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy. A lot of times people say it's Libra energy. Libra is the ruler of the 7th house, which has to do with partnerships, contracts, and legalities. It is a very intellectual person who definitely has an ability to speak their point of view, not afraid to communicate that. Now, we talked about, well, these planets are in Aquarius right now, so this very much could be, you having a conversation with your friends group, or about social matters or humanitarianisms or things like that too. Doesn't have to be, but could be having to deal with work situations, a conversation that needs to be had about whatever you're working on if you don't work. You could be retired, but you're working on something. What does that look like to you? Plug yourself in. What is the incoming energies today? I have the Devil coming in. So this is that Capricorn energy we were talking about a minute ago, the new moon in Capricorn. All right, this is having us take a look at our public image, our legacies, what we're leaving behind. Capricorn, Cancer energy is mother-father energy as well here. The home and career energy is on the board. So we could be talking about mothers who have to leave their children behind to go to work to support the family going into a career. I'm hearing North Node. Okay, I have a North Node in Capricorn. My South Node is in Cancer. Well, that's on the board here. So that would mean that for me, I have already learned something about my home life and being a mother and things like that, that it's time for me to focus on career. There's something there for me to learn or to become. And it can be very heartbreaking and hard to understand why my family misses me. I live 1,400 miles away. I moved for career. So maybe you're in a situation like that. I don't know. It doesn't have to be. But, you could be getting asked to move for work or for career or for your legacy or something like that too. Chariot card is the car also in the tarot. It's getting in your car and going someplace, But could be dealing with, what's on the board is Capricorn and Cancer energy. All right. Having to make some difficult decisions about work. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what the situation is. Temperance. Okay, Michael the Archangel is here, and when Temperance shows up, it's saying that there's definitely a situation here that requires patience. And temperance could have to do with your emotions. The Devil card in its negative connotation can mean obsession and fear and temptation. When Temperance coming out, they're saying temper your passions, temper your obsessions, temper your fears, mutate those energies. Okay? All right. For some of you, the Devil card can mean addictions as well. Okay. Workaholism as well. Okay. That might be for somebody here because that's the house of work and career. All right. We are being seen as the World card. This is fixed energy. All right. Your fixed signs are Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo. They are the ones that stabilize things to make sure that things get done. Nothing gets skipped or missed. They are fixed signs, so they stay focused on the project to make sure it's getting done. So this is a finisher energy. The World cards means that it is finished. A cycle is over, and a new one is upon us at this time. And I have to reiterate it again, where we're in the age of Aquarius, which means Pluto, the planet of change and transformation, will be in that sign for 20 years. And then Aquarius people, you will not be alive again the next time you see it. For instance, Pluto was in the United States in 1776, and then now it is just now returned in 2025. There's a little perspective for you. We're talking about generational impact, okay? But yeah, this is a wrapping up of a cycle, the World card. It's a finishing up of a situation here, moving on with the Chariot here. but moving on in peace. I go in peace, I come in peace, you know. All right, we have a little specific hope or fears position in this spread. Let's ask what this hope or fear could be. And then we just fell, so maybe we're afraid we're going to fall or lose. And that would be true because this is the Five of Swords, which is an energy of wanting to win at all cost because you're afraid you're going to fall or lose. Well, somebody does lose in this situation, and you don't want to be the one that's losing. There are two people here that are being cut off. They're walking away. They're being sent away down the hall of shame. Somebody here has a very good intellectual mind, and they can very much cut you down to size. It's not pretty. And you have it here with the Queen of Swords in the past and the Devil in the future. This could be a warning sign of a cycle that needs to come to an end, or hopefully has, if you've been dealing with someone very brass, maybe a manipulator or a liar. Okay, I feel like that's coming to that cycle is coming to an end. You know, you're hoping that it is at the very least, or you're afraid that it hasn't. I say we stay positive and mutate the energy with Michael the Archangel here, helping us to navigate this devilish energy that's coming towards us, okay? We'll clarify at the end. What is the outcome of the reading, the potential outcome of this reading, please? And there we go on the floor again. We have the Lover's card. I love it. The Lover's card is making a good choice. So these are the same energies. These are the lovers. The Devil is the lovers standing there, but the Devil has them in bondage. Okay, the reading turns around because why? We have the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. Why? Because you decide to make a different choice. That's the outcome of the reading. Another angel guidance. Gabrielle here. The Lovers. Gemini energy. So really, I don't need to clarify anything here. You have your major arcanas are awesome today, giving you the ability to make a different choice. You know, it's a choice to stay in a heartbreak. It's heartbreaking situations. But I do definitely see that we are moving on. Again, our major arcanas, we have Sagittarius, Capricorn, Gemini, Cancer, and potentially an air sign here, a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. That is our reading for today. I'm going to close up today here with this beautiful Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which is the hidden energies, is saying, yeah, we're making new choices in love. We're choosing peace over strife. We're choosing love, not war. And that's going to direct and change your path significantly today. All right, thank you for being here and watching. If this has resonated with you or ministered to you in any way, shape, or form, would you feel free just to go ahead and leave me a little comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe and plug your energy in with me. That way I know that you are resonating or appreciate the content. And then until next time, take care and God bless. Bye now.